don't know how this is going to work. I don't have a lot of signal right down in here, but I wanted to start it while parked. I know Scott's live, so everybody's over at Scott's this morning, which is fine. I was there too, but had to write all my information down. I actually, yeah, that's why I told everybody I'd got my load information. We're gonna go up there to Eagle Pass and pick up a trailer going to Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know how it's going to work. I don't have a lot of signal actually down through here, so it might go in and out until I get up on the interstate. I know yesterday coming down in here, I had like 20 some people with everybody co-streaming, and I lost signal big time. It's a little cloudy this morning down here, though. Let's make the big wheels roll. Raining up there. It looks like it could rain down here. It's a lot cooler today than it was yesterday. Dang, it got hot down here yesterday. Yeah, I didn't want to go live just sitting in the parking lot. I think the parking lot's sinking right there. Right at the traffic light. Three-quarters of a mile, in the right lane, then turn right on Texas 20 West. Lots and lots of traffic in Laredo. Everything coming across the border right here. You see it's bumper to bumper. They're building more and more warehouses and everything for cross docking and everything. It's getting pretty big down here. I used to bring meat down here and haul whatever back, and They ship the meat over out of Iowa over to Mexico. But all these warehouses over on the left, I first started down here, they weren't there. Where you can see is new cement. They just keep building and building. I don't know what ways are like down here in Texas, but there's a lot of factories and warehouses and construction. If anybody's looking for a job, I imagine it wouldn't be hard to find one down here. Even truck drivers.
Keep left to Texas 20 Loop East, then keep right. Keep right. Then take the first left. Turn left on West Waterfall Loop, then keep left.
Look where we're at. We're on top of the world now. It's way up here. You can see for a long ways off this bridge.
Continue on I-35.
Hello, Backlash. Yep, I'm well. My arm's hurt, but I'm well. I don't know what I did to my arms, but better watch it, Backlash. She'll get a big head. Hi, Nora. You guys, if Scott ain't over, go back over to Scott's. I'll be on for a while. I like Scott. It's just I like to start my lives while I'm sitting still. Somebody's in the basement. Oh, my nephew again. Oh, oh dang it! I can't hit the button, Toby. Morning, Toby. What's it doing? Raining up there?
Do what?
I said, go ahead and drop me. I don't care.
Oh, it's this stupid truck. I hate these dang things.
I think it's a driver.
No.
Hi, Molly.
No, my truck had flat tires last night, so I'm in this little single axle and they just beat the crap out of you.
No. Hey, somebody's coming over to our house tomorrow.
Do what?
Somebody's coming over to my house tomorrow. You
Who?
used to sleep with.
Who?
You used to sleep with.
You're gonna have to narrow that down a little bit.
All right, you got two kids by her.
What's she
That
going over
narrowed
there
down a
for?
little bit. I guess she's cleaning houses and Shannon's seen an ad, so Shannon's gonna put her work tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She cleans houses. I don't know. She got she gained some weight.
Oh, has she?
She looks like
I
her
ain't seen
mom
her in
now.
a long time. I ain't seen her
I
in a
don't,
long time.
I don't see her very often. We'll see her tomorrow night at the
I was
graduation.
I was thinking of that yesterday when you came on here years ago. Jackie Chan wasn't
Mm-hmm.
Bryce. He Toby was in the army and deployed, and Shannon had a miscarriage, and Toby's ex-wife actually came over and helped take care of Shannon, but she had a baby, and so I took care of him, which is Bryce. But me and him was set. He had a swing, and we would sit and watch Jackie Chan movies all day. So I called him Jackie Chan. His little arms would go when Jackie Chan was doing stuff, and now he's what 17
19.
or 18? Oh, he's 19.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
graduates tomorrow.
yeah. Hi, Rita. Oh, he does.
Well, actually, he
Yeah.
graduated December. He graduated early, but the ceremony's tomorrow. Hell, he's real estate agent now.
Uh, I thought I'd seen that on
Hmm.
Facebook. Yep, I used to take care of the
Yeah,
little
yeah, he's
herd.
yeah
Shannon
he
called this
passed his real
morning.
estate license and all that.
Shannon called me this morning. You ain't gonna believe who I hired to clean house. And she goes, in a million years, I first come up with Cindy because it's way off. She said you used to be related.
Mm-hmm.
I go, okay. So I started with Cindy, and then you was on yes. Oh, I know who it is. And she goes, how'd you do that? Well, you said it somebody way off. I go, I did it on the second guess.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Yep.
show the boys that you was on YouTube yesterday?
I no, I don't see. I see the boys hit and miss. Like Bryce
Oh,
works all the time. I seen Jesse last night. We had dinner together, and then Bryce came in, got home from work a few hours later. He went in there. Of course, we had a plate of dinner for him, and he sat there at 8, watched his phone, and I talked to him for just a little bit, and went to play their video games. Bryce works all the time. Of course, here another week, Jesse will be
Rita,
too.
Rita, I missed your live this morning. I was sleeping in this morning trying to. It was hot down here, but I missed your live this morning.
I may have a video for you here later on today where I'm at now.
I'm roboting, Toby. Hold on. That's one thing bad about doing this. Getting some bad areas and robots, you can't hear nothing. All right, I
Mm.
think I can hear now.
Yeah, where I'm at, I'm liable to get sent to one of the caves over here, so I may send you a video later on.
All right. Yeah, send it and I'll play it for everybody can see it in the caves.
I don't know
Hell,
for
start your
sure
own
yet, but
YouTube channel and play it.
shoot, I don't have time for all that. I just logged into it yesterday because I listened to talk radio all day long down here, And most of us day guys do. We all listen to the same station. Some of them even call in, so we know when they call in. But you get bored listening to the same crap
Mm.
over and over and over again. I said, well, I'll
And my
try that.
radio quit. My antenna broke. I gotta get a new antenna for my Sirius.
This truck, I just blew all the fuses that run the door. I can't adjust my mirrors or nothing right now. Damn it.
Oop, I'm going in and out. Keep it going, Toby. If I go out, I'll be back.
I'm gonna have to jump off here anyway. I gotta go in here and switch trailers out.
3 left.
Oh, Junior's in here. He said, now we're listening to you.
I'll be back in a minute.
Left 235 north. Exit Beach Road.
All right.
Turn left on US 83, then take the first right.
We're going up a road I haven't been. Sorry, guys. I don't know how it's going to work up through here. I haven't videoed up this 2 lane. Maybe if Toby keeps his running, then I keep coming back. And Dez is at the cottage, so not much to talk about today, guys. We're going toward the same place we usually go, and then we are going to Louisville, so I was hoping to get one to Wisconsin. So I swing by the house for Mother's Day, and Shannon's birthday's Tuesday. You're gonna break your phone, and you're muted. There, I hear you. I heard your thinger anyway. That's my son, guys. I know he's not as good looking as me, but he is my son. You got a lot more gray hair than I got,
I ain't no
and
kidding.
you're muted again. There you are. My fuse ain't blown yet,
Haven't?
but I ain't been using my light. But I ain't been using my lights.
Mm.
Well, I guess I did yesterday. It was raining.
Is your windshield chipped?
Yep, I hear it from everybody.
I
I'm gonna get
said
it fixed
driving
while
me
I was
nuts.
down there. There's a guy down here goes around, but I didn't see him last night. He charges like 15 to 20 bucks for chip and fixes them. I want to have. I got two. If you look, that big one right there in front of you, but if you look to the right or left, there's another small one, but there's a bug over there by it. There's a great
Um,
big bug right on top of it, so it's hard to see.
yeah, just get that one fixed because that's all you stare at.
Oh, it's a conversation piece.
Yeah, I guess.
I could make it different where you could just stare at me.
Yeah, you wouldn't get very many
I
views
don't know
that
which
way.
would be. I know people would be dropping off here like flies.
Yeah.
Hi, Sherman Family Farms. I got my son on the bottom and my nephew on the top up there next to me driving. It's a family affair today.
Toby needs to get his
I was
mirror fixed.
watching was I was watching YouTube a little bit while I was waiting on a load, and there's a guy in Pennsylvania. He's got 400 people watching him. All he's doing is he don't have the chat up like I do. Oh, he has a chat, but you have to belong to his channel for 24 hours so you can type. But he's got the camera on him, and he's just sitting there. And he's got 400 people sitting there watching him.
What's he doing? Nothing.
Yeah, he was just sitting there in his truck. He
Oh,
wasn't driving or nothing. I don't know if he done. I don't know if he done anything before that or not. But yeah, he's just sitting there and you're looking at him, and everybody's talking, and there was 400 people in there.
might have been something in the background that was interesting.
Something travel or something traveling. Ashley said hi to you. Ashley lives in Missouri. She lives over by
Oh,
Cuba, Missouri.
CNC phones.
Yeah. Heck, it's raining. Maybe it'll rain tomorrow. Oh, they're gone. Oh, he might be back. Oh, he's trying to come back. Yeah, he's back. Heather, here a while back, Junior was going down the road and on his phone, he tried to do this. It locked his phone up till like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. He couldn't even get on the internet. He went on Paula's phone. It worked fine, but his phone locked up. I see you ought to be up here co-streaming, getting your hours, girl. See, even Josh agrees with me. You can't get your hours just watching us. Pretty bad. I got two people up here on screen and they ain't talking. Toby's back. How many stops you got, Toby?
Do what?
How many stops you got?
Well, I'm picking up now. I'm done delivering
Oh,
everything.
Junior's in here with us, but he did something. He might have had somebody come in.
Uh, you can't. Oh, I can't. I don't even know how to see the comments on this thing.
No, he's in here. He's up on screen.
Oh.
Oh, he dropped off just now.
Well, how do you know when someone's doing that?
I get on my deal. There's at the bottom it says mic, camera, guest, and more. And if somebody wants up, the guest light will light up red, and then I push a button and okay them up. I don't have to let you guys up. You can look. I always look and see who it is first, because there's trolls. Some people come up
Mm.
naked and do stupid shit. So I always look
Uh,
when they're in the basement.
uh,
Because my channel is supposed to be kid friendly. What I'm doing mine for. When I get monetized, all the money's gonna go to St. Jude's.
oh, you get money off this deal?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can make some money. Some people get. I won't get a whole lot because I'm not a very big channel, but I might make $100 a month. But I'm gonna give it right straight to St. Jude's
Hmm.
for the kids.
All right.
Some of the channels, the bigger channels, people's got over 50,000. They've quit their job and just do YouTube.
Oh,
Daniel
I
ain't
know.
in here right now. He's a fisherman up in Minnesota. He's living in Minnesota there. He's not in here yet, but he actually got a sponsor and he's gonna be just doing YouTube full time.
In Minnesota,
Yeah.
me and Ken and, well, actually, me and the boys have been trying to get up there the last couple winters. We were going to go last winter before, but then Jesse's baseball game got rescheduled because of COVID. And then last winter, with everything going on with Taylor, going back and forth to the hospital and everything, we had to cancel it. I actually had it booked last year, and then Taylor's been sick.
Daniel has tour guides and stuff like that.
Hmm.
He goes out, takes you on fishing trips and all kinds of stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, him and his wife do fishing things up there. They're in the southern part of Minnesota.
That's what Cannon wants to do. He got a GoPro camera and all that for Christmas. He wants to video us fishing on the boat and everything. We just had technical failure there Saturday with the boat, so we didn't do anything.
There's a lot of kids that are doing YouTube stuff too. So
Mm-hmm.
even as small as he is, that there's some younger ones. We got one comes in here. He does some farming stuff and fishing. His
Mm-hmm.
AKW. He'll come in and talk to us all the time. But
There was one kid on there. Cannon used to watch YouTube. Well, they both still watch YouTube, but Cannon's more into the TikTok now, but
Yeah.
Taylor still watches it. But there was one called Ryan's Toy Review at Cannon used to watch. That kid's a millionaire from YouTube.
Yep. Some of them
Something about
are.
playing with toys.
Yep.
Mhm. It was a cool little video. I mean, I watched a couple of them with him when he was a little bit younger. And just a little kid playing with toys, new toys that come out or whatever, and basically telling if he liked it or not.
Yeah. You can, like, if you have your own channel, you can. People will start contacting you and ask you to review stuff. Shannon was offered a new chainsaw, but they wanted to send it to our direct address, not our PO box. But
Mm,
I know a couple ladies actually got it. LB comes in here once in a while. Wendy, they actually got the little battery operated chainsaw free just to try it out and see how it works.
huh.
Well, some of the big channels, like I watch Dirt Perfect, he does dirt work, building ponds, tearing down houses and stuff, and they give him $1,000 excavators just to try out. Hi,
Hmm.
Densinio. Good morning or good afternoon, Densinio.
Yeah, me and
And
Cannon watched one on the TV. What's his name? The catfish dude down there, Steve Douglas down there in Tennessee. He's a fisherman.
yeah,
And
there's
he
a
makes
lot of
quite a.
fishermen come in here on mine. We got a Danny Stone, Rustic Outdoors, Mike's Fishing Home. I belong to a lot of. I I'm not one certain thing. My channel. I'm in the fishing community, the homestead community, the dirt community,
Mm,
and everything. So some people just stay in one group, but that's why I got so many people from different places.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah, I
Molly. Thank
actually
you.
Cannon and we actually got to meet that Steve Douglas down there at Kansas City last year. Me and him went down to the catfish conference down there and met some guys and actually met him. And Cannon's like, "That's the guy we watch on YouTube." I said, "Yeah." So we had to buy a hat and a hoodie. It's got his logo and everything on it.
That's what I do. If you look there in my pictures, I meet different YouTubers out here on the road. Mostly of them are the small YouTubes. I don't
Mm-hmm.
hang out with the great big people yet, but maybe one day so I'll get one of the bigger ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're coming up to the Mexican check station. I don't have a trailer, so I shouldn't have any.
Where at? That y'all? You're in Texas.
Yeah, I just come out of
Mm.
Laredo.
Oh, they'll be checking everything after midnight tonight. The way they're talking on the radio.
Actually, it's Monday, what I heard, or Tuesday.
Uh,
Shannon's birthday, Tuesday.
oh, they were saying on the radio this morning that it's midnight tonight. Whatever that deal is for COVID that kept them all out. I don't remember what it was called now, but it ends at midnight tonight.
Oh, that's a different deal. Yeah, the DOT's supposed to start Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, no, the border thing.
Oh,
Supposed to. Squirrely son of a gun.
yes, sir. Thank you. Oh, the car behind me. The dog hit on it.
Whew.
The dog started walking up when I went by. But he's going all around that car.
Mm. Got something in there.
Yep, somebody's in the basement.
Mhm.
Junior again.
Shouldn't he be detailing
Should be
cars,
dead.
not playing on his phone?
Nope.
Doing something. Hell, his
Didn't
wife's
schedule
in here
anything
all the
for
time
today.
now too.
You
Him and
said
his
you ain't
wife
got
never do
nothing.
nothing when they're in here.
He ain't got nothing scheduled to do today, so you're playing on YouTube.
You got dang
Well,
right.
they
Um,
call it Title 42. I wasn't reading the comments through the text thing, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah. I'll show you guys something here. I want your opinion. All right, there he is. Oh, I muted him. Unmute. Dang it.
The hell you got
Can't
me
hit the
on the big
buttons.
screen for?
Because I'm going to ask a poll.
You don't want that poll. I'm telling you right now.
If I can hit the right buttons.
Just don't hit that truck in front of you that's going off the road.
Yeah, I know it. He was screwing me up. I'm trying to hit the buttons and he's stopping in front of me.
Yeah, he's driving, and the guy, the one guy's playing on
Right,
his
right.
phone.
Well, ain't that what we're supposed to do? I see people playing on their phone all the time.
Mhm.
Paul says because you have a pretty face.
Oh, dang it. All right. There's 7 people in here, or 8. Now, which one? See?
Damn, about broke my screen.
I know it. Good thing Toby ain't up there.
Nobody said anything yet.
I know it. They're afraid to vote.
Toby, you need to get your mirror fixed there, buddy.
This ain't my truck.
Oh,
That mirror was actually laying in the passenger seat when I got in this thing this morning.
oh, really?
It's a good place for it. You
These
look at yourself.
CNC said I missed what you said.
I was asking which one was cuter, me or my son. I soloed us out. We ain't got Toby in here, so. Well, he must not have had no drugs. There he goes flying by me now. But that dog sure hit on that vehicle.
I wish I had some glasses around here.
Hey, you ain't
I'm
got
here.
nothing to do. Go up and get my truck and clean it out.
Negative.
Hey,
Can't remember.
the boat's hooked to it. You can use it after you clean my truck.
Oh, shoot. It probably don't run. You probably got something in the gas tank or something.
No, actually, the water pump I think shot crap on me Saturday.
Uh,
Trolling motor's on it though. Terry gave me one of them foot controlled ones.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. CNC said, Junior, of course, sorry, Randy, with a smiley face.
See. Uh-huh. Sure, now I know. And I try to help her out, get her watch hours, give her kid Tootsie Rolls to get all over the table. He's got more gray hair than I got, guys.
Where you at, Toby? In the city?
Yeah, I don't run over there out in the country no more. I haven't for 2 years.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. They got me in Kansas today. I'm down here around Lenexa.
Dad looks like he's in the desert.
It is. It's always out here. It's ugly out here as far as I'm concerned. The houses, they got them big gates like I'm going past one now, but the house is about 3 miles off the road.
Oh yeah.
They got some big old houses if you can see them, but most of them, they have their big old gates. You can't see them. Every once in a while, you get on top of a hill, you can see they
Where
got
you
some
at in
mansions
Texas?
out here. Yeah, just north of Laredo now.
No. Yeah, that's where the big cattle ranchers are.
I don't know why
Wonder
they
if
had
that's
so many
where
cows
the
down there.
wonder if that's where the 4 6s ranch is down there.
Oh, it's over. I've been by it. I actually got pictures of it. It's over uh, the back way. It's south. It's on the border. But I went by it. Man, it's a beautiful place. If you look up, like he said, the 4 6s. Oh, it's groomed up really nice. Runs along a little river, and they got big old barns and everything. Hi, M&T.
Well,
And yeah, it's a beautiful place.
yeah, when my buddy Brock passed away here, oh, I forget when it was here, this earlier this year. He was ranch hand, horse trainer and all that down in Oklahoma before he moved back up here. And anyway, I guess he dealt with some of them guys down there. They came up to his funeral. They were super nice guys.
I never met him. I just seen the place there. I got pictures of it and stuff. Yeah, because I was driving
Hey,
by and I didn't know what 4 6s was, and I'm talking to Shannon. Well, yeah, it's a big old rent. Well, duh, I can see that now, but I had never heard of it.
mm-hmm. Ah, they got
It went,
thousands and thousands of
it,
acres.
yeah, it went on for miles.
Mm. Yeah, they were up for the funeral, and like I say, they the ones that were up there. They were super nice. They talked to you, and of course the kids. I think that's that same one on that TV show. Oh crap! What's the name of that? It's got Kevin Costner in it.
You're talking
Yellowstone.
about Yellowstone?
Whatever it is. Yeah, Yellowstone. Yeah. So
Yellowstone's the one,
they're
yeah,
in.
it's up there where Shannon's mom lived.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the 4 6s is they're in that at some point, I guess.
Um,
They talk about them or whatever. So when the boys
Oh,
seen
they're
their,
in it.
because they had their shirts on.
Yeah,
I
they're in
can't
it.
say I haven't
'Cause
watched it. Yeah,
one one of the guys from the Yellowstone gets sent down there. Is what happens.
yeah, yeah. Well, the boys knew that. I don't guess, but in that
You don't watch that
funeral,
show?
and of course they got their
I know
shirts on.
Shannon does. She got it
Huh?
on tape.
You don't
Yeah,
watch
he
the
asked
show,
if you
Peter?
watch it.
Oh, I watched some of it, but I haven't watched all of it. I don't know. It was a good show, but I just
I
haven't.
watched
I
all
just
of the
couldn't get.
early ones, that 1818 or 1819. I watched every one of them.
Yeah. So I didn't watch the first season and a half of Yellowstone because I thought it was dumb. But then
Hmm.
after that, it started getting good.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a real popular dang show. I know that.
Yeah.
Of course, I heard the other day on the radio that they're canceling it or they're done with it or whatever.
Oh, really?
Hmm. Isn't that Kevin Costner? Isn't that who's in
Yeah,
that?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Shannon went out and seen her mom. She actually drove by it out there. It was just where her mom died. It's actually not that big of a farm where they do it at, and
Hmm.
the movie, and they rent the farm from them for it. But it's right there by where her mom and brother lived.
Yeah.
But she went by because she watches every time it's on. She watches it.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. I'll go and see if this stuff's ready for me to pick up.
Paula needs to start doing this when she does nails.
Yeah, you'd hate to hear some of the conversations of them old ladies.
Well, you could put a mute the mic,
Oh man,
just watch her as she's painting or doing stuff. She ain't been in here yet.
yeah, she's in here.
Oh, that's right. She said, well, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Every once in a while, she don't say nothing right at first. But she's been starting to say something that let me know that she's here.
I wish it showed you like who was in here.
Yeah, I know. I do too. I got a couple thumbs down. I know who that was yesterday or the day before. They're back
Oh
in
yeah,
watching once in a while. Oh, it's all right. At least they're watching. And it says there's 10, but there's only like 3 or 4 commenting.
well, so I got the computer pulled up so I can read the chat
Chat.
because I don't know how to do it on my phone. So, and I ain't even gonna try that. It's last time it screwed my phone
Yeah,
up.
it
So
locked it up.
yeah,
Yeah, this is a boring 100 miles. Then I got 100 miles back over to San Antonio, well, 150. They're just as boring. Only thing good about this, but these cars are going slow. It's 75 mile an hour out here on this 2 lane.
oh really?
Yeah, but the road's so rough you can't hang on.
Oh, looks
Busted
like it got
bobtails.
hell of a rumble strips.
Yep.
I
Every
had to go
once in a while,
renew
I,
my license today,
oh,
and the lady said, she said, "Do you want the license where you can fly?" I'm like,
oh
"What are
yeah,
you
you
talking
gotta.
about?"
Yeah, our license aren't in
Yeah,
Missouri anymore.
yeah,
They're
they're not
not
good
used
enough.
for IDs. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to take another form of ID, a mail or something. I didn't do it either. And they put a little star on your
yeah, that's what I
license.
asked her. I said, "What's the difference?" She goes, "It's just a little gold star, but you got to take your birth
Well,
certificate and all that stuff in there."
yeah, I took my birth certificate, but I didn't take an extra. Hi, Mark. I didn't take a something from. I had to have 2 pieces of mail. I only
Mail,
took
yeah,
one. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I've had my driver license for over 50 years or almost 50, and they're not good for an ID anymore.
right. She said 2025 is when it. Sherman said, "I'm taking an engine apart, so I can't chat much."
That's okay. That's Josh. Big question is, Josh, can you put the engine back together? Mark, are you getting anything done on your camper? Yesterday afternoon, there was like 30 some people in here. We had 4 people co-streaming.
He said he'll know in about an hour. He said, "Laugh out loud." Little Rich says he doesn't know if he can yet.
Oh, you haven't got it okayed on from the architect or whatever. That's ridiculous. The laws you guys got out there in New York. You have your own piece of land. You gotta get okays to do. I love where we live. I can do whatever I want. We live in a township. We have no rules.
Emma T says, "Oh, nice. I'll be co-streaming with somebody next week. We've been sick."
Oh, after your cruise, you guys get sick? Hi, Kevin.
He's Lil Ridge said, "Pulling up on a pad tomorrow. I'm cleaning and doing laundry today." And then Emma T said yes.
Too many of them strawberry daiquiris. They just got on a cruise. They live in Florida.
Says right after the cruise.
At least you didn't get sick on the cruise.
Too much ice cream and pizza.
Looks like you guys had a good time on it, though. You were sharing it with everybody. I've never, I've never been on a cruise. I really ain't never wanted to go out on one. I don't mind going on small boats, but I've heard all kinds of different things. People like you getting sick out on a cruise, or eating something.
I've
And
watched the Titanic. I don't need to go.
yeah, in 2025, there's a whole bunch of them. I forget how many that's in here are going on a cruise to Alaska. They got it. They're booking their cruise right now. A bunch of them from Canada and the United States are all going to Alaska on a cruise.
They said yes. We had a great time. Yeah, one of Paula's aunts used to live. I don't know if she still does or not, but lives in Alaska.
You were in Alaska, but you weren't born yet.
Oh,
When your mom come back from the Philippines, they flew through Alaska. Oh, I'm trying, Mark. I'm hitting these bumps.
Hey, how's it going?
All right. Yeah, your mom was the three girls flew into Alaska. They didn't get to see anything, but they flew into Alaska.
YouTube police says, "Sup, Randy?"
Hello, Gary. Good morning.
Hello, everybody in chat. Yeah, I got the pad all done for the RV and everything. I just gotta. I'm letting the concrete cure for a little bit longer before I pull the wheels up on that concrete. So, figure I'll give it an extra day just to make sure it's not gonna crush on me or something.
Yep.
And my body needed a break anyhow. My back's been killing me, and I was like, well, good day to clean the mud up out of this camper I'm staying in and do laundry, I guess. Yeah, I never heard back from code or nothing, so I'm just going to do what I want to do.
Are you?
Yeah. What's the worst that can
Yeah.
happen?
Yeah. If you're out in the middle of nowhere, unless somebody turns you in, you should be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I drive around and I see other people with their RVs and all that, and they're living in them and everything. I mean, sure, they're not remodeling it like I'm doing mine, but I mean, they're still living the same kind of life, other than I'm raising the roof on mine and making the walls a little thicker so it's warmer and better. Um, I don't see where it's not going to hold the weight that I'm putting onto it. So I don't. Maybe he just figured there was no issue after he talked to a few other people or something. But he could at least answer his phone or call me back and let me know.
Yep. Morning, Gary.
Hey, how's it going, Randy? You doing all right today?
Yep. Yeah, it took them a while to find me something to do. I kept getting text messages wondering how come I wasn't live if I was alive. And but I didn't want to. Yesterday when we was finishing down in Laredo, the signal was really bad. So I didn't want to just sit there in the parking lot. And then Scott, well, Rita went live this morning. I watched her, and DJ went live, so I was watching him. He kept bugging me to go. He wanted to get off his. I go, DJ, I'm in a parking lot. Nothing to do right now. So, but
Yeah, I got up a little bit ago. I've actually been up for a little while, about an hour, I guess. And I came on and looked for you. I didn't see it. Yeah, I hope you're okay with me co-streaming because I just started. I can end it if
yep.
you don't want me to,
No, you
but
know better than
oh, it's all good.
that. It gets more people in different channels. It
Yeah.
helps both of us out.
Well, I went ahead and started streaming on my YouTube police channel. Um, it's starting to get a few folks that come into it. It ain't near like the Belt Loop 29 channel, but hey, good to see you, Bud Files. The but it's starting to get a few folks come into it or recognize it, I guess. So there's that. Um,
Yeah, they're not scared no more.
well, that's true. The Mike and Rihanna up in Canada, I can't remember if it's Homestead. It may be Homestead. Um, you should have seen when I went in there the first time. Mike, he looked at the camera like, what in the world? It was kind of funny. I mean, I don't like, uh, well, I don't like making people scared or anything like that. It's just a name that I thought would be or memorable. And so,
It was because I told you the story. It scared the hell out of me because I'm driving down the road here, and I thought, oh, yeah, they're coming in checking me.
well, uh, I, I try to tell everybody when I come on, I have no affiliation with YouTube other than I am a YouTuber. So, but anyhow, I co-streamed for a little while with Cole Waltz. We started getting a pretty good bit of folks in there too. Um, the chat was really flying. Were. I don't know how many people were in the chat, but considering it was 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, let's see. I can tell you how many folks I had
Yeah, I
in.
remember when Cole started, he didn't have that many of me playing his music, and I was talking to his son all the time, and now he's getting quite a few people in his.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I was over on Cole's last night for a while up on his live, and then I jumped down and you were up there. I was like, "What? I just got off there. You took my spot."
Well, I didn't look at it as necessarily taking your spot.
No, it was all right. I was getting off anyway. It was kind of funny that I just got down and then you jumped up. I'm like, "What?" But I wasn't getting back up there.
Well, at 1:16, about 1:16 a.m., an hour and 16 minutes into it, I had 14 people in the chat in on my channel. So, hey, Luke Baker, RVA, good to see you.
Yeah,
I can't stay up that late.
I just started co-streaming too.
Well,
Try this all out.
I think it does. Uh, I'm guessing that maybe he's a musician. He just put a guitar on there, or he's got a guitar on his. I hadn't had a chance. Let me go check out his channel. Um,
Junior, you guys ain't got nothing to do today?
well, that
No,
didn't work.
we didn't schedule anything today because it was supposed to rain.
Oh,
We did. 2 details yesterday,
Yep.
tires, and then tomorrow I got a full day.
What do you guys
He
charge
is.
for a detail?
It just depends on what you want.
I want the interior of my pickup done.
It's normally for the interior. Like we got cheaper package, but normally I tell everybody do the 200 because then it looks brand new on the inside.
I am, Luke Baker RVA. It looks like he is a musician. He's got a lot of. I tell you what, just for the appearance of things, I am subscriber number 112, but he's got 969 videos.
Dang.
Hey, I got
How
somebody
you,
pulling
sir?
in.
All right. Hi, Natasha.
Right,
Yeah, welcome in, everybody. Good to see you. Yoga with Gaga. Good to see you.
I I tell you what. Hey, good to see you, Brutal Bob. The Luke. From what I can tell, you've got almost 1,000 uploads. Um, we need to see if we can't help you connect a little bit. I don't know. At some point, love to sit down and chat with you. I've got a little over 1,000 uploads on my YouTube 20 or Belt Loop 29 channel, but that channel, I tell you who else seems to be everywhere, and yet they don't have a lot of subscriber, and that's Ralph over at Webb's Web. Um, he's a great supporter of a lot of folks, but I would be curious. Luke, sometime maybe you could come up on panel at some point. Would be my recommendation. Um, but
Morning, D.
send me an email sometime. Beltloop29 at AOL.com. And I guess it could be
How are you
something
doing
else.
today?
And yes, Gary does still use AOL.
Yeah, I do use AOL. Tell you what, I got to grab a drink real quick. I'm getting to starting to get a little bit of cotton mouth.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I had to run back downtown this morning for a little bit, so I seen you went live, so I just let you run while I was out down there, walk through the store, listening to you. Everybody's looking at me like I was an idiot.
D does that a lot of times to go into stores and keep it on and be up on panel and stuff. I told her sometimes somebody's gonna put a white jacket around her.
Right. Luke Baker, welcome in. The Bud Files, welcome in. CC Farm, welcome in. Budget Preppers. D, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. And those of you that are in my chat, welcome in.
Well, we got 17 in the house, 11 on my side, so there's 6 over in between yours and Gary's. Hi, Bob.
Well, I've only got 3 in mine, but that's okay. And I'm sure I'm one of the 3.
Yoga, my daughter's doing pretty good, thanks.
I believe it's probably me, Luke Baker, and Brutal Bob. But it's all good. I've actually got 5 channels, Luke. I've got Belt Loop 29. I've got Belt Loop 29 Can Cook, Belt Loop 29 Gardening, Belt Loop 29 Cute Critters, and YouTube Police. So,
Level Canners, welcome in. Thanks for joining on my live for as long as you can.
and for some reason, I was not connected on this particular channel to yours. I may be on the other. And fact is, I can go look. I can check that while I'm sitting here. and I'll go ahead and connect on all of them while I'm here.
Yeah, I'm trying to do whatever I can to get some watch hours. So
Yeah. Oh,
I was over 3,000 and I dropped to 27 yesterday. YouTube
I
SWAT's in here now.
well, one thing I am noticing is that, and I have found a way to go through and try to make a little bit of headway. You know, I've tried going through before, and I have tried going through before, and oh, it could be probably through Tommy Temper. I go through his. Hey, YouTube SWAT, good to see you. Thank you, I appreciate that. I just subscribed, or I know I hate the word. I just connected, hook set, went over to your house, whatever, on all 5 channels. So YouTube SWAT.
PSV, good to see you.
The
Welcome in.
Hey, Miss Hart Gasper, good to see you. By the way, in my chat, for those of you who are in my chat, you can go through and type a 29 and it will drop your link. Also, you can type peace, PEACE, PEAS, or PEPIECE, and it will drop your link. And
The piece will work in mine also.
yeah, it will.
29 is the best choice.
I think so. And hey,
I'll
Rice.
have to add 29 to mine. I'll have Devil Dog add that to mine.
Let's see. Let me add a few new folks. Hey, Joyful Julie, I am so sorry you are not a moderator already, but you are now, and so is Miss Hart Gasper.
I didn't see high rushing wood or rushing wind. I didn't see it come in. The StreamYard didn't. I'm looking down
No,
at my
you don't
phone.
do the exclamation point before it. Just type peace. No need for that. All you got to do is type peace and hit enter, and it
Yeah,
will drop your link.
someday I'll have Nightbot on my channel, and then people can start doing that too.
Mark, all you got to do is let me know. I can talk you through it. Now, I can't talk you through a lot of complicated stuff on it, but I can talk you through, getting getting Nightbot set up.
Well, let me know when you're free.
Well, all right, we just have to do it when I have access to sharing the screen. That way, I can control and kind of look at what you're doing and making sure that you get. I'll be glad to do that.
Thanks, I'd appreciate that. I mean, I know Devil Dog's really busy, so I try not bothering him with it or nothing.
Yeah.
Cole said the other day that he'd help me out too, and it's just a matter of everybody finding the right time to be able to do it. I mean, I'm pretty much available unless I'm really into working up there. So
Well, by the way, I do have to work today, Miss Gasper. I just don't have to work this morning. I don't go in till I work late shift. When you see me on in the chats in the evening, it's while I'm at work. And hey, atypical, good to see you. Uh, Always a pleasure. And you now have a jacket as well. Um,
I got to talk to you sometime anyway, Gary, about a few things.
okay.
I'm gonna want to do a live here soon, and would love to have you there as well.
If I can, I'll be glad to. I believe, I've come to believe that I have this thing called ADHD. And it may be just an excuse for me to make excuses. You know, well, that's true. I have a tendency to jump from thing to thing, and my focus always seems to be on something different. I'll be doing something, and then I'll see something else, and I'll jump over to it. And I've got to where just about all I do on YouTube is go to live stream. Um, it's and I try to limit myself on how long some of them I stay in longer than others, but a lot of times I'll just be in there for a little while to say, hey, hit the like button, make sure they get credit for me being there for a while. Um, but and some of them I get involved in the conversation or, and so
Some
I'm
of
there.
it takes over your show, which is okay. I
I'm
just sit here and
sorry.
listen. It's all right. I can sit here and listen because I'm in a lot of traffic, so you keep my show going or channel going.
Well, I do talk a lot, that's for sure.
I appreciate it, Gary. I just gotta give you shit about it,
And but we go. I I have found that a couple of things I've just noticed, I could be wrong on them. I don't know. There is one channel that I have found that is just always dropping links, and the turnover in the chat seems to be pretty good. So you can always find plenty of folks to connect with. Um, when you do that, thank you for my comments. They're truly needed in my community. You're welcome. I like to go in and try to drop some comments, hit a like. I think it helps trip the algorithm for other people to see that there's action or activity going on. Otherwise, sometimes some of the live streams I go to, there's just not anybody saying anything. And even for that matter, even in my chats, a lot of times you get folks that have it and turn it on because they want to help support me, but a lot of times they're sleeping because of how late it is or whatever. And hey, I appreciate it. It gives me watch hours. So I'm thankful for all of it. But one of the channels I go to drops so many links, and they have so much turnover. As far as people that come into it, that that you're always getting a fresh group of people. I mean, some of them are repeats, but the longer you're there, you're going to run into a few repeats. Um, but I will say this: that over in James Guide in his channel, there is a lot of folks that you can get to know,
know. Yep.
and so and he typically runs about 2 hours I think about every day,
Yeah, he does every day.
and he drops into a bunch of lives. Hitting the like button and saying, basically saying hello. And
And
so
his wife does too, Samantha.
that's right. And by the way, his wife is working on watch hours. So if you get a chance, I would suggest to go through and click on, watch on some of her watch hours. Just play her watch. She's got a playlist. It takes a little while to run, but um, well, I dip it pretty much all the time, Luke Baker. Sorry, but I do. Anyhow,
Eddie Cal says, I just wanted to say that I'm smiling because it is not often you see anyone chew snuff anymore, and my dad did. My dad did. The memories of riding in the back seat of car with the window down. LOL.
thanks, thanks, Atypical.
I
Well,
chew too, but I don't spit. I
hey,
got a
in
mouthful now too.
down in the South, you run into a lot of it. But if you want watch hours, run the playlist when you go to sleep on repeat. I
If
agree
you're
with.
running the playlist, make sure you leave the volume up a little bit.
Yeah, on at least one or two.
Yeah, I
Because
usually run the playlist like on my laptop. Sometimes at night I'll run somebody's. I'll put my headphones in there and just leave the volume on because then it's not loud anyway.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then I'll do my cell phone too sometimes and leave it down really low.
Well, I think, but I did want to mention this as well, that once you make these connections, I think it's important to go to look for the because of the fact that I don't do a whole lot with watching the longer format videos these days. I hadn't been making no shorts either lately, not much, not like I was, and I'll probably get back to it, but I guess I'm a little burnt out on it. But once you make these connections, for me, what I do is I look for who's live, and I try to go into a bunch of different lives. Spend a few minutes, say hello, and hit
Hit
the
the
like
like
button,
button. Yeah.
and
I used to do the same thing when I had my computer. I had all the screens where I could actually do a lot more. Now it's just so difficult. It's crazy. But I
yeah.
do my best with what I got.
Hey, Jerry Butler, in here with Butler Family Farm. Good to see you, brother. Um,
Hey
but
guys, I gotta stop here and get some fuel. I'll just leave it running while I get fuel. You guys can keep
Uh,
sounds like
talking.
a winner.
yeah, I'm like trying to do everything I can for watch hours. I got to get them up there.
The I don't know if switching from cigarettes to snuff would be any better or worse. Probably better for your lungs, but you know, hey, this stuff is addictive, and it's tough to kick. Um, I guess cigarettes are too, though. Been raining there most of the morning, Jerry. Uh, a lot of folks will start by that. I started as a kid. Um, I was I guess I had my first chew of tobacco in 1972. So figure that out. Um, hours needed here is. I'm glad to hear it, Jerry. He's down to 7:59.
Yeah,
That's a lot. Hey, Beverly.
I think I was running around in diapers and with chew in my mouth. It was just the thing our family all did. I mean, everybody chewed in my family. All my brothers, my uncles, and cousins,
Yeah,
everybody. And I've had people say, "I remember you guys running around in diapers with chew in your mouths."
that's crazy.
Well, we were just born and raised on a farm, and that was part of it.
Yeah. As a kid, some little boys, their dads let them dip. Yeah. I mean, grass is not
I love
always greener, but the thing is, sometimes it can be hard to find smaller channels. And so if you're, because I guarantee you what, you could go into all the lives of people with 200, 300, 400, a million connections, and these people ain't going to check you out. They got too many other things. They may go and answer, uh, they may go through and answer comments for an hour or something, and that's somebody's doing pretty good. Um, but the most of those folks, if you want people that to check out your channel and get to see if you're somebody they want to watch, you really have to go to other small channels, and the only way to do that is to go, find somebody, go over to James Guys, go over to Samantha. She drops a lot of links in there too. And they're good people. They'll help you, get your name out there. It now. Granted, true, it is even better if they will go through and search for your name. But I've searched for my name and used me fog today.
Yeah, I always try connecting with everybody. Try keeping up with their lives or whatever and jumping in. But man, there's so many going on anymore. It's crazy.
There are a lot of lives going on, but I think that has really replaced the longer format. Or there's still a bunch of people doing the shorts, and there's still a bunch of views on the shorts. But let's face it, they don't count for watch hours. And let's see, the YouTube algorithm of YouTube caters to ads. The big channels will bring the most viewers. That's why it's important to help others who want to grow channels. I agree.
Yeah, but I try to help all the smaller channels and stuff. When I do my interviews, it's usually always the smaller channels.
Yeah.
Uh, those are the ones I like to promote and everything.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I think there's, I think it would be, hey, good to see you, Thompson RC. I think there's, I try not to rule out anything as far as what might work and what will work, the benefits of one thing over another. It's one of the reasons why on a lot of my channels, um, I understand, Luke. It's one of the reasons why on my main channel I've done live streams, I've done shorts, I've done longer format, I've posted on my community tab. I try to utilize all that. Now, but I also know if I was to do an interview with somebody with, say, for example, like 80,000 or 90,000, um, let the visit atypical. I understand, Joyful Julie. Hey, I never sweat that. If somebody is in here, I'm thankful for it. But I also understand other people got lives going on as well, and I'm not so jealous, or I'm not so worried about anybody else's success that I sweat it, and
Yeah,
never sweat the small stuff.
Claudine Lincoln, welcome in. Good to see you. Glad you could join my chat. Joyful Julie, welcome in. Butler Family Farm, welcome in.
By the way, Mark, if you want, you're more than welcome to drop in my chat and drop your link. Type 29 so people can, come over and visit yours as well.
Yeah, I need all the watch hours I can get, like I said.
Yeah. The more folks that hit that like button and drop in, make a comment or two, the more I think it pushes it out. Let's see. There is Little Ridge and Mark. Butler Family Farms right before him. I hope it catches both of them. Little Ridge, you may have to put it in there again just because, I think Jerry got there right before you, it looks like.
Leave it up to a butler.
Uh, Most of my videos are live cams in the past. Well, atypical, you should do some.
Oh, it dropped.
Okay. You should do some live streams. It helps with the watch hours. Um,
Yeah, it's like when tomorrow I'm going to be pulling that RV up on the slab and everything. I'm going to actually
no.
probably do a live on that while I'm letting that go.
Oh wow.
So
I may not have BFF in this on this channel. I
everybody
put a
can
lot of them in there, but I don't remember if I got it or not. Hey, I guarantee you don't swear more than some of the ones I've seen.
So everybody can kind of watch the RV being pulled up there, and if there's a mistake, it's going to be live. So
No.
I'm hoping it goes up there all right, no problems.
Thank you, Luke Baker, RVA. I appreciate you sharing the channel. But I do think that the more stuff you do, I think the more it shares you out. Um, I do know that I've gained subscribers in just about every way you can imagine. I've sat there at work and well, I got in trouble for it, so I quit doing it. But I was telling people about my channel. I've
Hey, I'll
sat
be
there.
listening. I'll be listening, but I got to walk over and switch my laundry around at my sister's house.
Okay.
I got you on my phone though.
Well, Jerry, you can always come up and co-stream. Um, we are. I think that the more you do, the more it takes. YouTube uses that to try and see who they can get to watch your stuff. I think they are in business to call to get subs always. I like. Hey, I'm not worried about the monetization. I mean, it would be nice to have all 5 channels monetized, but right now I enjoy the journey. I enjoy sitting there trying to see what I can do to grow it. And I ain't going to stress too much over, if I didn't get enough. I saw somebody one time had like 12 videos up and he had 120 subscribers and he was, complaining he wasn't getting them fast enough. Well, I tell you what, Then you've got other folks. For the longest time, I had more videos than I had subscribers. Of course, it's true. I probably put too much stuff out there. You know, I tend to be a little obsessive compulsive, and well, I tend to be uh, tunnel vision, have tunnel vision from time to time. But anyhow, it is what it is. Um, Maybe I ought to go through and make sure this thing is on. I mean, I know it's already slow for some reason, but that's okay. Um, well, all right. Oh, I see. I want to take a look at the other for just a moment, and let's see. Okay, see Homestead. Oh, I see that we got Ashley at CNC Homestead. Molly. Hey, good to see you, Molly. At that is Molly at Pest Hunter's Best Catch. Her husband's Jason. He's good people. She is too. Andy's Journeys. Organic growth is the best way. Is best anyway. I've been grinding since 2015. Uh, that's quite a while. Just curious, Andy, how many folks have you got connected to your channel? Um, I am curious about that. Um, and let me see if I can. I mean, there's so many. Uh, well, if I let me see if I can find where Andy is logged in. I mean, there's at least three channels that's live streaming. Let me look back on Missouri Outlaw Randy. He may be over there. Wait a minute. I think I already looked at Missouri's. There's mine. There's Randy's. So it's probably at Little Ridge Farms. So let me look up Little Ridge.
Who's that?
Um.
Andy's Journey. He's on mine.
All right. Let's see. I'm gonna type stuff in there, Mark. Any way you can make me a? Oh wow, 4,354. That's a lot of folks. Um,
Jody FJ, good to see you. Sorry if you got to run, no problem. Beth Cornett, good to see you. Give me just a second here.
well, that is a pretty good bit of folks. It's almost twice what I've got on my Belt Loop 29 channel. Um, it's it's over 2,000 folks more than I got on my channel, and that's pretty cool. Hey, good to see you, Beth Cornett. Uh, Jody FJ. Um, I only monetize to cover camera gear, pay for gas tickets, etc. Hey, I understand. And well, I mean, if you're curious, I don't, like I said, I don't care about the monetization myself, but I do. I use the money that comes in. I don't use the money that comes in from my channel for gear, for tickets, for that, guitars or anything like that. Every penny that comes into my channel, at least at the moment, is going out and has been since it became monetized.
I got you modded over there now, Gary.
Thank you, I appreciate it. That
Yep.
way, it's just a little easier for me to go through if I need to go through and
Yeah,
check
I
out.
understand that. I just don't mod everybody.
Oh, I know, but I appreciate that, Mark. I really do. Um, every penny that comes into my channel goes right back out. Fact is, the last time I figured it, I guess the channel had made around 1,300, since I got monetized, and I've spent about 2,400, something like that, um, helping other folks. I mean, that's just what I do.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, you sent some money over to help me and Kira out with our
well,
place, and then we appreciate that.
I wasn't going to mention, anybody in specific, but I am, Mark's good people. He lost his house in a fire. How much more devastating can something happen? Um,
Yeah,
but
and I'm
he,
still working on rebuilding, but we're getting there. I'm still going to be probably a little short, but I'll work it out somehow. If, you know,
That's that's awesome, Andy. Andy Journey said took 5 years, but he did pay off the camera gear.
yeah, some
Um,
people have some pretty expensive camera gear. I just use my phone and it works fine for me.
well, I now don't get me wrong. I spent money on doing YouTube, but I
Right.
look at it as a hobby. And people, you spend money on hobbies.
Yep.
Um, the By the way, hey Luke the Great, he's over in Belgium. If y'all get a chance, Luke, if you would type 29 in the chat, so folks can see your link.
I would
Get
love to have like another phone or something for another camera anyway.
yeah. Well, this computer that I got cost me about as much or a little more than what this channel has brought in. But I'm not spending channel money on it because I can use it for whatever I want, and I use it because it's this is a hobby for me. Um, I
Yeah.
look at YouTube as a hobby, and
Well, I
so
understand. I mean, you seen my computer I bought last year, and I lost it all in my house. I mean, I had almost 2 grand tied up in that computer, and I lost it all. So now it's just a phone and my daughter's laptop.
yeah, I miss having a camera. Phone doesn't float my boat. Hey, I understand. Um, but I mean, I've spent money on the camera. I spent money on the computer. I spent money on a new monitor. I've spent. But see, here's the thing, though. I don't tend to spend a lot of money on a lot of things. I don't drive a new vehicle. When I buy a vehicle, it's an older vehicle, um, typically, and I'm not talking one like a 1965 GTO.
Yeah.
Lord knows I'd love to have one.
Andy, yeah, I have the S22, and my camera is quite amazing. I can run with it and everything, and it stays stable.
Yeah.
And I'd like to
So,
have another one.
well, I grew up extremely poor, and I learned to do without. That's just the way I do things.
Yep, I know. I was the same way. That's
I
why I
actually,
live such a simple life.
yeah,
And my girlfriend, she lives a little bit better of a life than I do. But that's her lifestyle, and I'm too simple sometimes, I guess.
the Luke was saying buy a small camera GoPro. I actually have a GoPro, and I do use it when I'm shooting, some stuff. In fact, some of my videos I've done two different views. I found it easier to try and shoot with two cameras and just sync them up when I go to editing. It, I like trying new things. I like going through and learning about editing, and I enjoy a lot of this stuff. Um, I'm also pretty social, so I like going through and watching. Um, don't get too expensive Sony 4K video camera. It's first gear now. I use DJI 2 Pocket 2. I don't know what that is, but cool. Uh, um, Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. I don't know if that's a camera or a phone, but my TV is a Samsung, and my phone is a Samsung right here. This is this is an A32 or something like that. I don't know. But I think that anybody wanting to not everybody likes doing the shorts. They don't take long. At least they don't take me long. I don't do a lot of editing. I just use the app. And, granted, you are kind of on the spot. Uh, by the way, I just hit the like button on your thing.
Yeah, I try to pop out a short every couple of days if I can.
Sorry, guys. I had to walk in to turn the pump on. I pumped 28 gallons. It shut off,
Really?
and I walked back in, and she goes, "You want me to turn it back on?" I went, "No, I'll go somewhere else. I got enough to get on up to where we're going."
You're in a big rig. Why would you get just 28 gallons?
She said the pump's been acting up, and I go, "Well, why don't you put an out of order sign on it?" Because they don't. Usually, we can use our card out at the pump, but it's broken. You got to walk inside, give your driver's license and a card. I go, "This is ridiculous walking back and forth. No wonder there's a line. There's only one person working the cash register, so you got to wait for everybody to go through their turn." And I go, "It'd be easier just put a cone and block that line off if you're having problems with it."
Yeah, I agree. Or do like a lot of these places, just put a bag around the handle.
Yep, yeah,
It is frustrating though
I did.
when you pull up and then all of a sudden there's a bag on it. You don't notice it beforehand.
Yep, yeah, I've done that a few times, not paying attention, and pull up and see it's blocked and have to go to another one. But
Well, I've never
this
heard
used to
that.
be a Pilot, and they sold out the Valero, and they haven't cleaned it. They used to be a clean little truck stop, but the fuel is a little cheaper here than it was in Laredo, so that's why I always come up here, save a couple dollars. But
Yes, Jerry, we're
I'm
still
gonna
going
start
live tomorrow.
getting it different. If
Uh,
you're alive, Jerry, to go live.
he's talking about tomorrow. I've been helping Jerry with his watch hours, and so we put on a little video or a program, whatever you want to call it, on Friday nights at 8 o'clock over, and it's and I'll go ahead and set one up now. Otis, be quiet. Um, I'll create one now, and create no. It's going to be a live stream, and now
You
that
guys are gonna have to watch Shirley too. She did a shout out for me, and your guys' is like 54 seconds. Mine's a minute and 24 seconds long.
well, I ain't jealous
There
or
was more.
anything.
There was more of me to show to make fun of, I guess.
Hey, Shirley's awesome with those videos.
I know it. I can't believe how she does that. I can't wait to see it. She wouldn't send it to me yet. She said I have to wait.
Uh,
Yeah, if you
all
guys
right,
don't know, just doing our best. That's who we're talking about, Shirley. She does
yeah.
some awesome videos, but if you're a member of her channel, she does a single shout out for you. It makes a little video and she shows it every time she's live.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
surely.
Jerry did it on one of his.
Nobody's connected. Just doing our best. They need to get connected with her.
All right, I'm setting this up as we speak. Um, Jerry, in fact, I can't see the chat, so y'all gonna have to bear with me a few minutes. Because I'm trying to find the right. I don't know. What should I use as the? Ooh, I got it. This would be fun if it'll do it. Yeah, it's gonna do it. The I like that thumbnail. And let's see, that's Friday at 8 p.m. Um, from
It
8
should
p.m. to
say, "Come watch Jerry. We're tired of hearing about his watch hours. We want something new."
hey, he's just hyper focused.
I know he is. I got to give him shit about it.
Oh, I know. But let's see here. Um,
Jerry, I was up to 3,026 hours 2 days ago, and I dropped down to 2,770 overnight. I don't know if they're auditing me or what's going on, but hey, you might watch because mine dropped
Yeah, I don't stress
almost
about my
300
watch
hours.
hours or pay too much attention to them. You know, they're just going to get there when they get there, whether they go up or down.
Well,
I don't
come
worry
on,
about
pick
it.
up. Which lane you going to go in?
I don't get on my lives and other ones
Jesus
and stream it out
Christ.
all the time either. I just let it do its thing. You know, it'll get there.
Yeah, I am of the same opinion. Truthfully, I enjoy the
Yeah.
journey. Um, right now, I am in the process of texting you the link to the new.
Oh, you're not going down, Jerry? Oh, good. Yeah, I don't know. I looked at mine. I thought, ooh, I'm over 3,000. And the next day I looked, I dropped. And I haven't missed a live or a deal during the day. So I don't have no stuff dropping off.
Andy's
So I don't know
journey
what happened
says
to mine.
I will say I don't stream and getting the watch hours the hard way. Yeah. Um, you know, I do the streaming and everything just to keep my watch hours kind of going.
Hello, Rockport
I
Rights.
do my live interviews and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't have much content going on. And it's been that way since November. So I have to do everything I can to try and get some watch hours. But that's all going to pick up here as soon as I get the RV set up.
Uh, well, I don't pay a lot of attention to my watch hours. Well, I do on this channel for some reason. I guess it's just because of the fact I'm watching it. You know, I'm working on this channel as far as watch hours. The watch hours on this channel, I've got more watch hours on this channel than any of my other than all my other three channels that aren't my main channel combined. In fact, I probably had that in just like the first day or so, and more watch hours, just because my focus has been different.
Probably because
Um,
it says police on it.
well, it's
It's
Curiosity.
a little bit more unique. Yep. Yep. The curiosity.
well, there is the curiosity factor, but it's also I'm doing things like, for example, I've got a 9 hour premiere that I did, a 9 hour premiere. So if you
Dang.
can imagine doing a premiere for 9 hours, I mean, I think there wouldn't be a whole lot of folks in there, but oh, just be quiet. She ain't messing with you. Dad, gummit, stop it. There. No, you don't. Leave that alone. That's got. No. Be quiet, Otis. Leave her alone. Now, yeah, the stock market goes up and down like banks. Yeah, that's right. Um, but for me, my focus has been on this channel. It's been really doing the watch hours. I've got more watch hours than I do subscribers, which is
I was the
strange.
third subscriber on this one.
Thank you.
Oh,
I think
thanks to
Des
the
was
7
number
people.
4.
Thanks to the 7 people over in my chat. Appreciate you being there.
Yeah. Hey, Rockport Rights enthusiast. Andy's journey. Let's see. And thank you, Luke Baker, Luke the Great, Atypical. Let's see, Jerry Butler. Uh, I think that's most of the folks that's in my chat besides me, and I'm thankful for every one of y'all. But my focus has been and I've been focusing on doing the longer format stuff. I appreciate that, Jerry. Um, the and hey,
What videos? What videos and lives you got coming up, Gary?
well, on this channel, I'm doing lives at every opportunity. I'm thinking about doing a live on this one and the Cute Critters, my Belt Loop 29 Cute Critters channel. on like Thursday nights at midnight, just as a regular thing.
I
If
do,
Devil Dog
Molly.
was going live, because Devil Dog, he had that slot for a long time. He hadn't been doing them on Thursday nights, but I do a late night is really a lot of what I do or has been, and so um, but I do have tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Me and Jerry both go on. We have a
It's
show.
Jerry and I.
Okay, you too. I don't
Raquel's
know how
not in
that's going
here.
to work if you've got a show with him and I've got a show
No,
with
no,
him.
no, 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 no. The Raquel from Cottonwood Ranch always corrects me. It's Jerry and I, not me and Jerry.
Well, you
I'm
can
trying to
go
get it
live
right.
with him if you want, but
No,
me and him
you're
have
not
a
getting it
show.
right.
You can come on.
No, it's about you guys. I'm saying how you're saying it.
I know. I'm just playing with you, just messing with you.
Because Raquel's always correcting me.
Well,
So
I
I'm
know
trying to
she.
learn. I didn't learn when I was in school, but I'm trying to learn.
Hey, she's a school teacher, so I get
Yeah.
that. My mama was a school teacher, and so was my, so is my sister, and so I got a lot of that in me too. I tend to be, and they call that being, well, some folks would call that being pedantic, um, and
Another one of them $5 words.
it is a $5 word. Dadgummit, I told you not to mess with that.
There you go, Andy. I just dropped the link to YouTube Police, so you can go over and connect with him. And Molly asks who needs to watch hours. I need to watch hours.
I don't need the watch hours, but I want them.
Right?
I don't want them at the expense of somebody else. Yes, it's the
Yeah, I mean, if somebody's closer, I don't care. They can go over there and give them the watch hours. I'm fine with that. I still got a ways to go, but every hour counts. If somebody wants to help me out, and I appreciate that. But if they have to go somewhere else to help somebody else that's closer, I appreciate that too.
yeah. The what was I saying?
Who knows?
About tomorrow
Something
night.
about school teachers.
Oh, well, yeah, but the school teachers after the live thing, and because I was saying me and Jerry, and you said Jerry and you said that you were going live with him too, and then we got into that discussion, and then got, okay, I think I'm rewind. I'm
Caught
back
up.
where I need to be. I am going live tomorrow with Jerry at 8 o'clock p.m. Central.
Central Time.
That's right. And I will be trying to funnel folks over to
We're
Jerry's.
supposed to be talking numbers tomorrow about, I forget what Jerry said he wanted to talk about.
Yeah. Well, that's we do focus on that particular program is supposed to be focused on helping people grow their channel and learn how to do things on YouTube. So we do a lot of that discussion, and so to get up and going. Well, thanks for coming in, Jerry. The anyhow, that is the focus of that. Now I go, at the what I follow, the pattern that I tend to follow. I don't follow a lot of patterns when it comes to watching lives because you can never tell. People cancel lives. Just when I get used to following somebody, sometimes they'll cancel their live or something else will go happen. That's happened a couple of times with one or two of the channels that I try to watch regularly.
I know I've been getting the last couple mornings, I've been late on mine, and I keep getting messages. When we going live? When we going live? Everybody gets used to me going early, and then the last 2 mornings I didn't, so they checking on me.
That reminds me. Tonight is Thursday. I may set up a live for tonight, for this channel and my YouTube Q Critters. I've got more connections on both of these channels, and so it makes sense that I'd start working on watch hours for that one as well. And so, um, how to grow? I think of Jefferson Airplane song. Cool. Um, anyhow, and Saturday 5:30, Radio Jonesy goes live. I think somebody else goes live at 5 o'clock. On Saturday. Also tomorrow, I know that sometime during the evening, I think doesn't DJ go live,
Yeah,
or
no,
maybe
tomorrow
that's
night is movie. Tomorrow's movie night.
okay. So I can't keep up with him. I you
Yeah,
know
last week they did. He did his 5 hour Bagger Rock last week. This week is movie night. They was discussing which movies tomorrow night.
okay. But
So
5:30
tomorrow
on
night's
Saturday.
open.
This is what I think, or this is what I kind of focus on. I know Wednesday nights there's a couple of things, and I can't get to all of them because a lot of times they're at the same time. Uh, Life with Mountain Folk goes live, and they have the quiz show. I have a lot of fun in there, so I tend to drop in there when I think about it, or if they're on when I look at the computer.
Andy,
Also,
actually, there's three of us live streaming right now. Mark's live
um,
streaming, YouTube Police, and I am. They're co-streaming off of me right now, Andy. So you're actually watching three. Yesterday, Gary had two channels playing, and I had somebody else on, so there was four of us yesterday.
yeah, and let's see. By the way,
Yeah,
Andy Sherney, thank
yeah.
you for
Dez
coming
is
in,
live tonight.
and Des is live tonight. Um, then I mean I do see her quite often, and I'm gonna drop into her. I know, I met Des before she started doing live streams, when she was a supporter, and I like Des, so I'm gonna keep hanging out with Des. Anyhow, and I do. That is one of
I
the.
don't like Dez. Don't tell her
I'm watching the 140 video right
though.
now. Okay.
Uh-oh. DJ's here now.
Oh, hey DJ, good to see you. Um, but I do, I hang out a pretty good bit with DJ and with, Dez, and obviously Devil Dog. Devil Dog hadn't been doing a lot of live stuff lately, but he is consistent at doing his Saturday live, and typically at 5:30. At 5:30 on Saturdays, Radio Jonesy goes live, so I look for that. You know, he sometimes will just have folks that are in the Commonwealth up on his panel. That's no big deal. I'll put it on and I'll listen some, and just I'm going to give him support. Then
D, I
it's
don't think you missed anything. I got out and got fuel.
then at 7 o'clock, Devil Dog goes live, and I'm not going to miss his live. I'm going to support that man in every way I can. Him and his wife are just good people. And by the way, I mentioned last night in the live stream I was in over at co-streaming with Cole that they do. Devil Dog's Keeper does keychains, and she does stickers, and she's got really good prices on them.
We're getting ready
They
to do
don't
shirts.
and Chris over at who does shirts.
Jamie's getting ready too.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know. Also, at the moment, we also still have Chris over at Square County Homestead. His wife does shirts too.
Yep.
Um, and anyhow, and I think Frank over at My Green Lawn does like some coffee mugs, and that he's got some stuff too. Um, but Devil Dog and Devil Dog's Keeper have done every sticker I've done. So, and I'm not about to change that. Anyhow, but he goes live at 7, and then I always go live at 8:30. With my main channel. That's Belt Loop 29, and then Sundays I have another program that I go through and do Sundays 12 noon Central Time, where my whole point to it is to try to help folks connect with other folks.
We
And
got a cluster up here, a bunch of cops. Might be some of
Yeah,
your buddies, Gary.
Beth
Well,
Cornish
just
says
tell.
that Lazy Days Ahead goes live at 5 o'clock Saturday.
Okay, that's who I was. I just for some reason I
Oh,
was
we
having
got
a
a
brain.
rollover.
So
Service truck rolled over.
And that's Central Standard Time there, right?
right, and so I did. I try to go over there. Starting at 5, about 5:30, I'll typically roll over to Jonesy's. A lot of times I'll have both of them playing. Um, I can't always, but for the longest time, it's been Jonesy, Devil Dog, then me on Saturdays, and that's what I've been doing the longest. Um,
Hi,
and
John. Good morning or afternoon.
it means that I got to get everything done before. Uh, I got to do everything before. Um, really 5 o'clock on Saturdays in order to do that because I'm committed to this pattern. So my time with Tammy, and she used to go to bed 7:30 anyhow, 7:30, 8 o'clock. So anyhow, um, and that's about it. You got a regular, when's your next time going live, Mark?
I'm actually going to go live tomorrow when we move the RV up on its pad where it's going to stay. I figured that it'll be a pretty good live to show while we're moving it up on there. So if anything happens, everybody's going to see it, and if everything goes smooth, they're going to see that. So
Okay.
it probably won't take too long to get it pulled up on there. It'll probably take longer getting that big thing turned around out there to where my brother can get a straight shot to get up on there. Hopefully his truck will be able to pull it up on there with no problems.
Hope you don't twist it in half too.
Does it what?
Hope you don't twist it in half.
Yeah.
Out there in that soft ground.
Yeah, actually,
we bought a house trailer years ago. They went to deliver it. And they pulled out in our field to turn around and park it, and it collapsed right in the middle.
Yeah,
Good.
I mean it was pretty wet up there, but when I had that little excavator the other day, I dug a trench around like a little diversion ditch, and it rerouted a whole lot of water. I mean, it's constantly running, so that part that was wet there is actually dried out quite a bit. I haven't been up there today yet, but it was looking pretty dry to where he can actually get out there and hopefully be able to turn around and everything and have no issues.
Hey, if you want to make sure it's real dry, go out and throw some hydrated lime on it. Hydrated lime will dry that bad boy up.
I don't know. It was pretty wet out there.
Well, I know,
It was probably 8 inches to a foot of mud.
but I'll double check, make sure I'm right about this.
You're right. We use it around all of our gates, Gary.
And
The
we used to use it on the farm all the time. And I pushed all the mud I possibly could over and make that berm, to make that like little diverted ditch. So hopefully I got a lot of it out of there to where, it's going to dry up a whole lot faster. I mean, it was looking pretty good yesterday. It probably looks a whole lot better today.
hey, John over at Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Hey, Randy's here too with RXTX Barbecue. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see everybody.
I'm sorry, Randy. Forgive me. You are now a moderator. You now have a blue jacket, and I appreciate
Hey, Gary,
you coming in.
I do the same thing. I've been making a lot of mods, but what's the deal going on with Scott Brahms? There's a lot of people, especially the girls, are taking all the. Raquel did it, and there's a lot of others taking their moderators off because something happened with the mod system. Do you know anything about that?
No, I need to ask Scott about it.
Well, a lot of that's just, when you mod everybody, it just gives them trolls access to everybody else's channels a lot easier, and they can just go right over and start doing whatever. So a lot of people are taking the mods, the blue jackets away from a lot of people. That's why I have only handed mine out to certain people that I really know well. Like this fellow, he got a little upset because I didn't make him blue one day. Well, I make those that are blue that are going to be they're going to be mods on my channel and do what needs to be done. I can't have everybody blue on my channel. It's just my preference.
Right. Well, that brings me up to another point. I will say this as well. I mean, there are. I mean, I don't know if there's. I'm not a hacker, so I can't give you say that this does this or that does that. But and I've heard people talk about how if you make somebody a mod, I've heard that can affect your channel. But you know what? It's been my experience that typically most mods, I mean, take Randy. I know Randy. I'm familiar with him. He's good people. Now Andy's journey, I'm assuming that he's good people because he's friends with Mark. Um, the I don't mind making people a mod. I think it helps. I've seen it where people hardly give any mods out. I've seen it where people, but I've also seen where a lot of times for some reason, and I don't know, I could be wrong. I get things in my head, and sometimes they're right, and sometimes occasionally they're wrong. But it's been my experience a lot of the time that you find if somebody has a lot of mods, I think they're fairly trusting people, but I also think that they're probably pretty good people. I think that they're just trying to help other people help themselves, or as far as whether or not that affects how somebody can, you're welcome, by the way, Andy. That's all good, and but I also look at their. I like to go and look at their channel. Sometimes I'm just too busy, and I made the mistake of not looking at their channel at one point, and I did start getting some, more people being put in hidden from the channel. Now I don't know if that was done by somebody that you're welcome, Luke. I don't know if that was done by somebody I trust and has looked at them and saw something off or not. But I took quite a few people off the block list on my thing, and I cut the mods in about half. Um, so I have done some work on at that just to be a little bit more conservative, I guess. Um, but I don't know if that gives somebody actually the capability of hacking your system easier or anything like that. I don't think it does. From what I can tell, about the only thing a mod can do is typically time somebody out or hide a bad comment or that type of thing. So um,
Mark, you can do what you want with Dencinio, but he helps our channels, and it helps him to do things if you make him a mod. That's why he's asked to be a mod,
the
because he can
only
share your linked out over on his deal more often.
Yeah, and it does allows people to share links. And now I have taken some off because of the fact that all they did when you come into my live, a live stream that I'm doing, all right, I don't mind at all you dropping one or maybe even two links from somebody else. Now, if it's somebody else that's live streaming right here, right now, for example, if you came into my live and you dropped Little Ridge Farms or Missouri Outlaws link, I don't have a problem, or anybody in there, I don't have a problem with that. But when you start, dropping links of people that ain't associated with any of these live streams, and you just
Not
keep doing it,
supporting.
or you just keep dropping your own link, I'm okay if you go through on occasion. Once every couple minutes is fine with me. But when I see two of the same links back to back, and it's all you ever do in the live stream. You don't interact with anybody else. You don't, all you're there to do is drop links, drop your own link. Well, that seems a little spamming because the fact is, you know, if people have the chances are, if you've dropped it a couple of times, um, people are going to check you out. Um, but the more you drop it, then it just becomes unnecessary verbiage, uh, if that makes sense. Um,
Yep.
I'm not going to go into somebody's. In fact, go back and I'll give anybody $20 if they can go back and find where I on my Belt Loop 29 channel has dropped my link more than one time.
Yeah, because I always tell you to. You never do it.
Well, I don't.
And you always ask to do something in here, and I told you because I trust you, so I let you do whatever you want
Well,
and stuff. But you always ask.
I don't drop my link. I just don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, see, that's why I want the Nightbot on mine so everybody can drop their links, and the mods don't have to do it. But I just, my preference, I just don't want everybody all blue. Just certain people are blue, and that's it.
Yeah, and hey,
And
I
those,
understand
those are
that.
the ones that I trust 100%.
Hi, Blue Nose. Good afternoon.
And good to see you, Blue Nose. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, Beth Burnett says, I think this was just a certain channel that had a vendetta against some other channels, and they used his live to do something against those channels.
It
I
very
mean,
well
it's
could be.
possible. It's hard to say.
It is. By the way, Little Ridge, I hadn't forgot about that what you was talking about. I'm going to be checking that out. As far as that thing you were texted me about, I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Oh, that's all right. I shared it on my community post, as well, so anybody can go over, watch it, share it out. I've had a few people already watch it and share it out. We just need to get the word out there to, so other channels can block him and get it out there more, so other people are aware of what he's done.
Yeah. Well, I'm not looking to beat a dead horse. I just want to let you know that that I hadn't forgot about it.
Yeah, I'm actually working with a few of them now, and I might end up doing a live on my channel about it all as well.
Okay. Well, if you do, let me know. I'll see if I can't get over there. It it's kind of funny, I stay so busy. My Fridays and Saturdays are my days off, and yet I stay. If you look at my schedule and what I do on Fridays and Saturdays, you know, it's hard for me to do anything outside of what I'm already doing. Um,
What? Hi, River Rat.
Yeah, D says, I finally figured out what that was about this morning. Yeah,
hmm,
I didn't try to tag like everybody in it. I just tagged the ones that were like, you know, typically involved from the start. And then I
well,
figured if everybody else shares it out, they could tag whoever to kind of get it out there more.
yeah, but I have found that I am spending more time going back to people's channels and looking to see if they have content. Um, but then again, there's a lot of folks that I know. I know a lot of people on here, and I have a tendency, if I know them, if I've seen them around a pretty good bit, I've got good feelings about them, and I have no objection myself to giving them a jacket. Um,
Right.
so, and I kind of got sidetracked off that discussion, but that is just the way
Ernest,
it is.
that lake you're fishing in, it's got to be about dried up. You caught all the fish in it. You guys don't follow River Rat. Follow him on Facebook too. That man can catch some catfish. And they're not little ones either. They're all big ones.
Hey, I agree with Andy's journey. He says it's not hard to help folks. It's great to have folks that spread information.
Yep.
And
That's
well,
what we do here on this channel, guys. Some of
yeah,
you are new in here on Gary's and Mark's. I do this, try to do it every day. I co-stream. I pay for the YouTube or the StreamYard, so some people don't pay for it. And so it lets them come in and they don't use their time and they get their watch hours. And I'm trying to get my channel monetized, and any money that this channel makes is going to St. Jude's. I really believe in St. Jude's, and any money that comes on this is what it's going to when I get monetized. So I appreciate everybody coming in and helping and riding along. Sometimes it's boring. We get some good conversations. You don't know what you're going to walk into in the middle of whatever, but we get different topics every day. So we try to swap it out a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, D says, I blocked 2 on DJ's channel this morning. First time I ever had to do that. Didn't like what was being said. So apparently they were saying something bad on DJ's channel and had to be blocked.
If somebody's, well, there's a couple things I'm just not going to allow on my channel. I mean, I've allowed people on the panel that I did not agree with, would never associate with in this world. You know, but they weren't saying anything. What they were saying, just because I don't agree with them on a lot of things. Um, well, I'll just tell you, it was somebody who is anti military and anti police, and that's two things that I back the blue, and I'm thankful for our veterans and the people who serve in our armed services. I'm very thankful for them. But this person was one that just
I echo that comment.
oh, okay. I ain't had enough coffee today, but sometimes I'm a little slow. But
Hi,
the
handicap traveler.
Yeah, it's like my channel. I mean, I love people coming into my chat and stuff and joining in. I just don't, I just don't want the foul language and disrespect or running people down and stuff in my chats.
right.
We're all there to have fun and have a good time, and I don't tolerate any disrespect or anything like that in any way whatsoever.
Good to see you, Dan.
This channel also, we try to keep it free so the kids can be in here. I have several kids come in and watch, so we try to keep it. So we try to keep it drug free and language to a minimum if possible, guys. So
yeah,
we try to do that in here also.
And that's what my mods are for too. If they see somebody, they can time them out and pretty much just put in there, no disrespect and this and that, and then if they come back and they do it again, then it's just an automatic block.
yeah. Let's say I've been blocked from volcano channels. I'm not sure what a volcano channel is. Blocked from wildlife cams, size. Uh, talking
Yeah.
about that, I'm
I'm the
gonna tell
same
y'all.
way. I keep my channel clean, because my daughter, she's 10 years old and she's there and she has her friends that come in there and stuff. And I got to keep it, very respectful and clean.
All right. Let me ask you a question. In all the time y'all have ever known me, have I ever made it a point to come in and be rude or, just
All the time.
no? That's just the folks that I know, and that's only really the devil dog. So, no, get this. I was on my YouTube police channel yesterday, I think, and I went in. All right, there's a funny story to this. Kind of, I think. Anyhow, I went into a channel. A lot of folks in the chat. There were a lot of people in blue, with jackets on. I did not on this channel. I have a blue jacket from this channel. It's a great channel. It really is. In fact, I'll tell you who it is. I went
Canadian
into.
Christian musician, welcome in. Good to see you.
Oh, cool. Hey, good to see you. Canadian Fishing Musician rocks. Always a pleasure to see
Hey,
you, Rich.
somebody woke up.
Please tell Judy I said sup.
Oh goodness, looks like he needs more sleep.
I know it.
That slept like a log.
I went into Mattisfaction's channel yesterday into his chat, and if you've ever been over to Mattisfaction's channel, he's got a bunch of people in there that chat. I mean, there could be 70 people in the chat. I came in with my YouTube police channel. I would going from a few different uh, live streams, and for a little bit, then another one. Well, I came in there, and he went. When I came in, Mattisfaction actually noticed me because all the other ones are blue and I'm just the gray, right? So Satisfaction himself said, "Oh, YouTube police, yeah, that's Belt Loop. You know, he's good. He's good people. He even he commented on me. And what? But even then, somebody timed me out. Even after, apparently they weren't paying attention to what he was saying. Anyhow, so I hopped up on, or I think I think I was on. Yeah, I was on that one because he mentioned that I was a belt loop. So then I hopped
Hello,
on
Michael.
another. I hopped on another one of my channels, and I said, "Hey, you know, I made a comment about, hey, if you just time me out, you suck." Because he anyhow. So then they timed me out on that one. So I moved to another belt loop channel, and I was commenting, just talking. I was just saying hello to the people that I knew in there because I knew some, I know some of the folks over in that community, and so, and then I get timed out again, and so I moved to my other belt loop channel. I did this, I guess
By the time
I
you got
was.
through all 5, the other one was timed up. You come back in it.
Well, no, I did. I went through all 5, and I got timed out on 4. The only reason why they didn't time me out on the 5th one was because it was my main channel, and I already he had already made it, made me a moderator with that channel, and so and he told him quit messing with Belt Loop, and then
What
somebody said
time was
that's
that,
a
Gary?
mod. Do I
Gary,
know?
what time was that?
Uh, I don't know. It was 6, 7, 8 o'clock.
You sure it wasn't Devil Dog just jerking your chain?
No, I know it wasn't because Devil Dog wasn't in there. In
Oh,
fact,
okay.
he mentioned Faction mentioned that I'm friends with Devil Dog and said that
it,
mentioned that a
it
lot of you
usually
guys.
says, when you time somebody out, it usually says who does the timing out.
Yeah.
Well, it only does that if you are a mod already. It doesn't tell you if you're not a mod.
Oh.
So
Really?
I guess I should have gone through and switched over to the mod one first just to look. But I tried looking to see who it was, but it tells you that either the owner, either the host or a moderator timed you out for 300 seconds or something like this. Anyhow, so finally I got on the on my main channel. But then, after a bit, I figured I was finished timing it out anyhow. It was just funny. I got timed out, and he tried to say I was a bot. The fellow that kept timing me out, but obviously I ain't no bot.
Well, I don't know. You kind of
Do
look
I
at
look like a bot?
you kind of look like a robot.
What does
Walk
it
like
look?
a
What
bot.
does a bot look like?
Look it up in the dictionary. Hey, I have a question for you, Gary.
Yeah.
For belt loop gardening.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to switch to that? Or you change your hats? You're good.
Well, I mean, hang on. All
Okay.
right, now I'm belt lip gardening.
Okay. I got some gourd seeds.
Okay.
And I had some gourd seeds I got from the store, and I planted them. And out of 12 seeds, 10 of them came up. I transplanted them, but they didn't make it. All right.
Okay.
Probably because I left them in the house too long before I transplanted them. So I got some more gourd seeds. Now, the ones I got from the store said I had to score them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I got some seeds from another channel that sent them to me, gourd seeds. And I started them 2 weeks ago, and they haven't popped up. So I'm thinking they must not be good.
Well,
and I did score. I scored 6 of them, and I didn't score 6 of them just to see if there'd be a difference if they would, either one's pop up. None of them popped up.
yeah.
So is it possible I scored them too deep, or?
Well, you said that you had 12 and 6 of them were scored, 6 of them weren't, right?
Correct. And out of that before, oh no, the first time I did it, I had 12 seeds, and I scored them all, and I had 10 out of or 8 out of 12 sprout and started growing. But then
Yeah.
I had to wait too long to put them outside. They didn't make it. So the
Um,
second set, I scored 6, and that I got from somebody. The second set's where I got from another channel, sent them to me.
okay.
I scored 6 of them and didn't score 6 of them, and no, out of the 12, nothing's come up, and it's been almost 2 weeks.
Okay. Well, let me say this. I I don't do a lot with the gourds, but there are a couple simple things that make sense when you're dealing with gardening. One of which is the fact is that scoring, typically it can help. Also, you can go through, especially on something like that. What I would recommend typically is you soak them in water for probably at least 24 hours before you even get them planted. I would not start them in a. I would not start something like that in a starting tray or anything like that. I would put those directly in the ground. I would think that I wouldn't think that the scoring was too deep or too light for that matter. If 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 it made no difference, if none of them came up, the chances are the seeds was too old or were stored improperly, or there's a lot of things that affect the germination rates.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
the
Well,
For that matter, some things like
I never heard of buying seeds from a store or a package stuff that you have to score them before. And I thought, well, maybe something different that I didn't know about.
Yeah, Eddie says you need to have at least 3 sets of leaves on seedlings before removing it if in transplants. If
Oh, I
planting
had
in
more than 3 sets.
well,
Suckers
what they're
were probably
what they're
2 foot
referring
long.
to. What you don't want to try to plant them when they have their cotyledon seeds.
Right.
But once they start developing their true leaves, but there's another thing. If you look, for example, at watermelons have very fragile roots and they don't transplant well. It's
Right.
another reason why you typically plant, most of your larger seeds are best sown directly into the ground. The other things typically do all right. Some things do well with transplanting, others do not. Um, if it's got fragile, if it has fragile roots, then it doesn't, typically transplant well. I learned that lesson with, but I've also heard that of corn, and I've had some success transplanting corn just because, I was very careful with it. But you know, you have to be careful with some things. And I'm no expert on gourds. Most of what I deal with is, like vegetables and that type of thing. Tammy does more on herbs. She's been growing herbs, or she's been gardening since before we got married. I just picked up the habit, back in 2020. So now I know a lot. I've gone through the Master Gardeners program. I've studied hundreds, if not thousands, of hours on gardening. So I do know a lot about it, but I don't claim to be an expert on everything.
Hmm.
Canadian Fishing says, I'm curious to ask Belt Loop, is the name he using could be confused as someone you is policing YouTube and the rules and guidelines. This may be confusing people to believe he is a bot since. Sorry, a few typos there, but looking at the YouTube guidelines under the Brand and Resources Act states you cannot alter the YouTube name or logo when using the YouTube brand in your name. This
Well,
also states that you cannot imitate and or state your position to be a staff member or representative of YouTube unless given permission. Just trying to help.
that's fine. The fact is, and what typically, I'm thankful for you asking that, Rich. I really am. The truth is, when I go into a live stream, it's not the first thing that enters my mind, but just as soon as somebody say, "Watch out, we got the police in here," or something, one of the first statements I make is that I have no authority on YouTube. I have no affiliation with YouTube other than being a content creator. Um, yeah, I know that one of the reasons why I chose this name was because of the fact that it does have, it's memorable, and
Eye opening.
it's eye opening. And if I could right now, I would look up and share my screen. Randy, if I look something up, can you look at? Can you share it for me?
Just right now, Randy, you're mute, sir.
And Eddie says, "You are the popo."
Well, I am a police officer, but I have no authority I have no authority on YouTube. So the hang on.
Yep.
Oh, I need to get that. I need to contact that person. Oh, let me. I'm gonna look this up, and then I'm gonna try to share it on this on my thing so that y'all can see. And you know what I have found though, it is eye opening. People's eyes do, and you know what? It's a lot more memorable than 99.9% of the names that I've seen. You know, it does attract attention, and I kind of, be honest with you, I kind of like that. I'm not a prima donna or anything, but how do you do the YouTube police login anyway? Well, I don't. I've got.
You can
Uh,
start another channel and use a different
yeah.
email. I mean, it's
Well,
that
I
simple.
see.
Well, no, it's on the same email. You just
Yeah,
copy.
all my channels are under one email.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
technically two. I actually added an email to it. But that's
Okay.
beside the point.
Yeah.
It does. Let me see if I can share this. I don't know if Randy can share it while he's driving down the road or not.
Eddie
But
says the word police always attracts attention. Signed a criminal.
uh,
To,
let me know. You know, I mean, if you can bring that up, Randy, I want to show y'all something. Oh, hang on.
Get some dirt.
Hey, baby, hang on just a second.
DJ, what are you up to? Gary's busy right now on the phone.
yeah. No, I'm not good. I'm just hang out. I just got out of my chair for a little bit. So,
You laying down?
yeah. I'm
That's why we got
laying.
the DJI.
Well,
Yeah.
DJ was up bright and early this morning. He even went live for a while and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
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 You must have been up when I was sleeping.
I was up at 7 a.m. my time, and I was at 7:20 your time. Yeah. So, uh, hey, D. Yeah, I actually, I'm just super one. Uh, Look, yeah. So,
Hello, D.
and I will say, yes, D did have to block the people on my channel who will say themselves in another language that way we couldn't understand them. So they got blocked. Uh,
Nicole, come on.
You sound like you should dip. it was doing business, Gary. Like she was keeping somebody away.
Yard
Well,
Foods, welcome in. Good to see you.
well, there. I'm looking right now at the YouTube police. By the way, a funny story. I was in Dodgers. I was in Dodgers live stream a couple days ago. That's her